Right, late night strolling, Imperial Kingdom. Let's get it popping out here. Look, we talk about it. Benavidez versus Alexander Gvozdyk in the house. So, we know Benavidez has been kicking ass in the game. There's no question about it. There's no doubt. You know, right from day one, we heard about it all. You know, we've seen it. He's been on the warpath. There's been no question in his heart, his balls, his operation. Yeah, and what he does, he goes for it. And he hasn't ducked. Same can't be said for the overall champ of 168, Canelo. Canelo Alvarez. Canelo has been ducking. We have to say that. He's ducked. We can't pretend he's not. That's what he's been doing. You know. No question about it. Canelo, don't blame me. Don't blame me. I didn't tell you not to duck. I didn't tell you to duck. You ducked. I didn't tell you to duck. You ducked. You're the champion, but you ducked. You've been ducking. Benavidez, everybody knows it. And it's incredible. Let's keep strolling. Late night stroll in the kingdom. Imperial Kingdom. Absolutely. So Benavidez, we know he kicks ass. You know, he's legit. Benavidez is legitimate. He got in the ring with Caleb Plant. He got in the ring with everybody else of him. He called on Canelo. Canelo's been ducking for so long. And it's unacceptable. The whole of boxing world knows it. You know, it's not something that can be denied. So now he's got the fight all the way out in June with Alexander Gvozdyk. And we can't play about with this, you know. We can't play about with this. It's real. It's real. Gvozdyk, you know, a lot of people are wondering what this is about. Is the challenge just the fact that he's come up in weight? That's a big challenge in itself. That's a huge challenge in itself. Just the fact that he's come up in weight. But that's not the be all and end all of this. Alexander Gvozdyk was off for a couple of years after his loss to none other than Benavidez. Yes, Benavidez, the monster, the deadly one, they say. And you know what he's about and what he's been doing in the game. Benavidez has been taking him out. Absolutely. And now, Gvozdyk was off for quite a few years after that fight. And prior to that, just before that, Gvozdyk defeated Superman Steven, the world champion, Superman Steven. The knockout KO dude, Superman Stevenson, Adonis Stevenson. That was on the night of the Wilder fight with Fury. Won the first fight on the same card. Gvozdyk stopped Superman Stevenson and he put him in a coma. He, you know, sorry to say, I have to mention it just for the record. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to mention that. That's not something one wants to talk about. You know, we honor all fighters who come out honorably to the world of war and battle. Yes, that's Alexander Gvozdyk. He's a top fighter. He's nothing to joke with. In fact, I was surprised. I was keenly surprised that David Benavidez actually took him on as a challenge. I was immensely surprised, and that's a great thing for him to do, because that's not just anybody. That's a top fighter, and he's ranked very highly. Gvozdyk is ranked in the top 6 by most of the governing bodies and all the major ones, right? Yes. So that's something very, very heavy. However, I do have my reservations about calling the winner interim champion. What champion of what? You know, the BBC has to explain that. You don't just hand belts over. What are you the champion of? Because the champion has not been beaten. So you don't just hand over a belt just because you want to make the potential winner a champion, a belt holder, who in this case is a Latino, Mexican, you know, and that's not the point here. Let's keep everything fair now in boxing. So we're not now going against Latinos or Mexican. Otherwise, what's the point in the game? It's not going to be fun if it's not fair. It has to be fair so it's fun. So we want everyone to have equal opportunity, you know. Latinos, everybody come and do your thing, but let everybody be who they are and let them get what they deserve, not what's thrust upon them by the authorities. That's just ridiculous. That's just a ridiculous method of governing sports. It's absolutely conniving, criminal, corrupt, and deceitful. And in fact, it dishonors you yourself. It dishonors you yourself, because what you yourself, as the Latino authorities, are saying is that we can't really do anything, and we have to give our people freebies, benefits. We have to crown them with dishonorable crowns. Wow. They say heavy is the head that wears the crown. This time it's dirty is the head, filthy is the head, because that crown is from dirt. No. That's not what you want. You don't want that. You want a crown that you deserve. So, anyways, before we talk about the crown, it's not only the utmost champion who has accolade or who has some glory or who is something special. You know, you become undisputedly special when you get there. But before that, there's still a level of great glory, you know, when you're just bubbling underneath that level. So people like Benavidez, absolutely, he's definitely acknowledged as one of the best top level fighters, undoubtedly and legitimately. Even if he was to lose now, he's still a top fighter, top level fighter. We know. I'm definitely gonna say that myself. And if I say someone's top fighter, then he is. Because I don't play about when it comes to things like that. Otherwise, just wasting your time. What are we even talking about then? I might as well be out doing something else. I got other things to do. I enjoy this, and we love this. We love the game. We love the game. When you love the game, you want to play it by the rules. Otherwise, can you imagine playing a game of cards or a game of something, and it's not by the rules? Then what are you playing? Tell me what you're playing. You're playing something else. You're playing with yourself. Yep. Okay. Right. So he's got this fight coming up in June, and that's gonna be bomb. That's very exciting. I'm excited about that, actually, because that's no play. You fellas who don't know, you better recognize Gvozdyk is nothing to play with. And he's had 4 fights apparently since then. And 1 versus Bolotnik, who is a very, very good fighter himself. He's a top level fighter. And he's won them all. And that's the way to do it. Oh, he should have fought this person. No. If he's been off for 4 years, or was it 2 years? It wasn't any less than 2 years anyway. I believe it was 4 years. If he's been off for that long, then he absolutely deserves to fight whoever he needs to fight to warm in. I'm not counting Bolotnik. Bolotnik is definitely legit. But the other 3, whatever they were, it doesn't matter. That's your coming in, right? And he's ranked level 6. He's ranked at the 6th rank by most of the governing main sanctioning bodies. And you don't play with that at all. You don't get there just like that. It's a good fight. This is a great fight to watch. The fight between Benavidez and his last opponent. His last opponent was ducked by Canelo. Canelo Alvarez refused to fight his last opponent, Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade was ducked by Canelo for a long time. He was due to fight top-level fighters, even like Billy Joe Saunders a while ago. That fight didn't come through because they had some hitches. But they even got to the point of coming to the press conferences and the tour. They started a tour outside of the country, outside of UK. Yeah. So that was close to happening. And Andrade had a fight prior to this. So he did have a fight. And he came up short against Benavidez. Benavidez is nothing to play with. He is nothing to play with. He came up short. And Benavidez dealt with him. He stopped him. He stopped him legitimately. Some say, oh, he's a big this and he's a big that. He's a weight bully. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that one bit. There's no such thing. What do you mean weight bully? If you got on the scales and your weight is X weight, the weight that is due fighters of that division, then that is your weight. You didn't get in the ring and carry a baseball bat with you, or 2 baseball bats with you, or a machine gun. That's still your weight. So that weight division is the legitimate weight division, regardless. There's no such thing as it was a different weight. No, weight bully doesn't mean anything. If you're that weight, then you're that weight. If you can make it, then you can make it. That's it. If you can get into the other weight division, just think about it with your brain for a second. And don't just get emotional about things like that. Someone is tall. So what? Someone is big. Someone is whatever. What is the weight? That's how it goes. Weight. Let's get scientific now. A little bit. Fundamentally. Right? He's still a 168 dude. So now, yes, some can make it the other way. So there will be either the average guy in the next weight above, or a small guy now in the weight above if they come up. So it all depends. Or they might even still be a big guy in the other way. It just depends how you're blessed, how you're gifted. And that's the fact. So Dave Benavidez is coming up now. And now Benavidez is going to fight Alexander Gvozdyk. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a great fight. That's going to be an excellent fight. That's an excellent fight. Beautiful fight. Excellent fight. Gvozdyk is nothing to play with. Benavidez is nothing to play with. And they both got sparks. They're gonna come with it. There's not gonna be no dull fight. They're gonna come with it. They're gonna come with it. Benavidez, Gvozdyk, they're absolutely gonna come with it. This is gonna be a fantastic fight. Let me tell you. Oh yeah. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Yes. Alexander Gvozdyk with David Benavidez. It's going to be a fabulous fight. Fabulous outing. I'm looking forward to this big time. Can Gvozdyk beat him? What's going to happen? Can Gvozdyk beat Benavidez? Can he do it? And if he can do it, how? In what way is he going to do it? Is he going to beat him on points? Is he going to stop him? Is it going to be brutal? Is it going to be a bloody fight? Can Benavidez beat him? Can Benavidez beat Gvozdyk? Is he going to stop him? Is he going to knock him out? Whichever way. Or is this the time when Benavidez loses? Maybe he didn't know. He didn't do his homework. Maybe he doesn't know who Gvozdyk really is. Maybe he doesn't realize how good this dude is. Maybe he thinks Gvozdyk is just anybody. No. Some very good fighters have come out from that region. Ukraine, Russia, over the years. Very good fighters. And that region has been well schooled in fighting, in athletics, in Olympics, in all these things since the 60s. Because the Eastern Bloc had high competition against the West. For many years. And there wasn't anything to play with at all. You got all kinds of competition. And they're well schooled. Even academically, they didn't play about, This is why you have the race between Russia and America in science, scientific fields, in nuclear, arms. Both countries are the number one when it comes to nuclear arms, because the arms race was nothing to play with, and they poured all their resources into it. Of course, UK also was in the midst of that, because politically and ideologically they were of one mind and one heart and one peoples, in one sense, with the United States of America and Russia. And at the time it wasn't Russia, at the time it was Soviet Union, which included Ukraine. Ukraine was a part of it. So they're socially one, they were economically one, ideologically one, and then they split at a certain point because of other issues that were not to do with just themselves internally, external factors. Like the US government came in, the CIA came in, and they infiltrated and caused division. And then the Eastern Bloc was split. But at the end of the day, this is it now. This is the remnant generation of them. And they're still holding those same values, the same instincts, same genetics. The DNA is passed on. This is the next couple of generations. And of course, highly trained, highly efficient, highly everything. And they're even more hardened because of the, at the time there was communism and all these things. So, capitalism has now prevailed generally in the midst of that, but not to the extent as it is in the West. There is wealth, but it's much more divided. So what's happened is there's a great disparity between the rich and the poor, and people are hardened to it. As they say, boxing is the poor man's game, they say. But it's not only boxing, there's many other things. The lifestyle, the hard life, people who are hard. Like you see the Klitschko brothers who came out from that realm. Their parents were in the army at the time, in the Soviet Union. And they came up really, really hard. They went into the Olympics, and they came up with so much game and clout because of their hardened nature. They actually came out from kickboxing, would you believe it? Then they went full into the full program, the complete program of boxing development, through the amateurs. They went through the Olympics, went through everything, the gold medalists. Then they went into professional boxing. So they didn't just go straight into boxing from kickboxing. They did the whole amateur game in their youth and everything. They're hardened people, very hardened. You see Lomachenko, his father was into all those things, and his father helped train Usyk also as well. So Alexander Usyk, and now you see Gvozdyk coming through. You see Benavidez. It's a great contingent of fighters that are coming through from the Eastern Bloc over the years, and we see their great strong points, their accolade, their efficiency, their training, their discipline, their heart, their championship pedigree. Lomachenko had 2 Olympic gold medals. Yes. And he had over 400 amateur fights or so, and lost was it 2 or something? I think one of them wasn't even a real loss, but it doesn't matter. It's just amateur. But he did it at very, very, very high level also. So we're talking about Olympic level, international level, fighting different countries. At that level, you're almost the same as a pro. So you're not just an amateur. At the higher level, you might as well call yourself a pro. Many people who fight international amateur boxing, they can literally fight pros. And as you see, Lomachenko's first professional fight was with Salido, the champion. And Salido's no joke. No joke at all. Salido's no joke. So you get this situation now with these fellas. And the Eastern Bloc, they're really giving it. They're really, really giving it. You see Dimitri Bivol, how he dealt with Canelo with ease. And he was an ex-sparring partner with... He's an ex-sparring partner, Dimitri Bivol, with Benavidez. Come to talk about it. Yeah. Bivol sparred Benavidez. Did you know that they were sparring partners and they used to kick it hard? Benavidez said himself. He said he used to spar with Bivol. And they used to go at it hardcore. And Bivol's a top fighter. And these people don't play. Let me tell you, it's no joke. It's no joke out. It's no jokey. So now, he has his fight with Benavidez. He has his fight with Benavidez. And they're gonna go at it hardcore. This is gonna be serious. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be great. And if Benavidez loses, whoa. If he loses, that's gonna be, it's not gonna be nice at all. Benavidez loses the fight, it's gonna be a great fall, and a big shame, because this whole issue of Canelo not fighting him is just absolutely gonna be something shameful and disgraceful. Canelo will have to hang his head in shame. The very fact that he doesn't want to take that fight in itself is such a shame. It's such a shame, you know, and everybody's gonna look at it and say, wow, Canelo, see, now he lost. And Canelo might be all smirky and happy about it. Oh, see, he lost. Yeah, he might have lost, but it's not the end. It's not the end. It's not the end. Just because he loses to Bivol, just because he loses to Alexander Gvozdyk, doesn't mean this is a great plan here. I love this. It's beautiful to look at. I love this tree. Great buildings out here. Don't play about. Don't mess about. This is gorgeous. This is apex beauty. These incredible buildings out here. Yes. This is midnight. This is a late night stroll. A late night stroll with the kingdom. Late night stroll with the kingdom. Imperial Kingdom. So Alexander Usyk is another one. And you know how good he is. He's up there. He's one of the best. Alexander Usyk is one of the best. Definitely one of the best. He's pound for pound number 2 in the game. You know, I would have said he was pound for pound number 1. But one of the criterion for pound is method of victory. And one thing he's done is He's taking on everyone. But the reason why Bud, who is also taking on everyone, is number one. It's a method of victory. He stopped 11 straight. Yes, he's put them out, including the top pound for pound, top 5 pound for pound, eye stealer, bone breaker, Errol Spence. So you can't take that from Bud. Bud is not something to play with. Crawford is not something to play with at all. He's no joke. Crawford is no joke. So if Benavidez loses to Gvozdyk, Canelo might have a smirk. But all Benavidez has to do is either stay there and keep pushing in 175. Depending on how he felt, he might feel like he can keep going, or he may feel the need. He may feel the need to calm down, go back to 168. 168 might be more comfortable. And if he stays at 168, the Canelo fight may present himself again. Because at this point in time, Canelo might feel better because he's seen him lose. He may just seem so formidable that the fear factor is so great that Canelo doesn't want to step in the ring with him. That might be it. So what happens if he wins? If he beats Gvozdyk, he might just want to keep pushing and forget about Canelo. I think that's what they told him. That's what that's most likely the general consensus. Most likely, he just thought to himself, I don't need to fight this Canelo. I don't just spend all my time facing this Canelo, chasing him when he doesn't want it. I might as well go and make my own fortune. And that's what he's done. But he's going to have to need to keep pushing. He's going to have to keep it pushing if he's going to do that. So let's see what he does. So if he wins, whoa, then he's up. He's up. If he loses, come back down. Come and face all the fellas. Come and face Canelo. You're gonna have a chase on your ass, on your case though, because Canelo is so hard to find. Canelo is like a shooting star. You can't find him. Yeah. He comes out once in a blue moon for easy prey. Once in a blue moon. What can we say? What can we say? Canelo is he's a good fighter, but you can't be a champion. You can't call yourself a king. You be ducking. You can't be ducking Benavidez. David Benavidez has called Demetrius Andrade called him out, and he said, "No, I'm not fighting Demetrius." He said, "I'm not fighting." He said, "Payday, you want payday? So what? So what if he wants payday? That's what we're here for. We're here for the payday. We're here for the payday. That's what we're here for. So what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What does it matter? It doesn't matter." Of course. What do you want? I'm going to do it for free? Are you joking? Are you having a laugh? I shouldn't have a payday? Benavidez shouldn't have a payday? Is that what you're saying? David Benavidez shouldn't have a payday? He should fight Canelo for free? That's like when you go to the casino and you're betting, you're throwing money around. Everybody's all gangster and all this and that. All the cool dudes coming out, let's get it popping. Yeah, here's mine. My money on the table, my cards on the table, your cards on the table, your money on the table. No. Here's my cards and there's no money. Of course there's money. We're doing it from a way trying to rob somebody or what? And it's not put your money down and I'm snatching it. You're going to have a fight on your hands. And this is not. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. This is how the game is played. It's how the game is played. It's the way it's played. That's how the game is played. This baby loves me. Hey, baby. What's up? What's up? What you been doing? You been hiding under there? You been hiding? I hope you're not Canelo. I hope you're not Canelo. You ain't been hiding from who? Who are your opponents out here? There's another cat around here with a small tail. Like no tail. I hope this one ain't been hiding from. You're not hiding, are you? No, he's going from. He's looking from. There you go. That's what I want to see. Lions out here. We're going. We're going. Okay. Yeah, so that's what happened. Canelo has just been pussying about and calling himself king, saying people want a payday. Of course they want a payday. It's wild, wild west. Nobody's coming out here for free. What do you think this is? Playground? Demetrius Andrade came out and challenged him to his face, and he ducked him blatantly before the cameras. Bud Crawford came out and challenged him. Yes, Canelo said, he's not in my plans. How can you say he's not in your plans? Come on, Canelo. Canelo, you're a fighter. I'm not. You're a fighter. You can't say things like that. You fight. So long as you're the champion, you fight. You fight the main guys. You don't have to fight every single body, but the main fellas you're supposed to fight. That's just the way it is. That's what the game is built for. And it's not just for tapins. It's for huge compensation. He's getting paid millions, multi-millions, generational money. Generational money. You can't tell me you still want to give praise to someone like that who's behaving that way, you know? And they've protected him because of what he brings in. It's not fair. That's not how to do boxing. WBC should see to that. That things are done the way they're supposed to be done. So it's a great one. It's an absolutely great one between Canelo and Benavidez if it's done. You know, if you ask me who wins that fight, I can tell you it can literally go either way. Both of them could take each other out. Canelo could take Benavidez. Benavidez could take Canelo. Yeah. But maybe Canelo sees that risk and he just doesn't want it to engage in something that close. Maybe it's just too much for him, too much of a risk. But that's just ridiculous. This is fighting game. You came in as a fighter. That was your claim. That's your claim to fame, is you're a fighter. And that's who you are. You are a fighter. So what are you afraid of? Getting beaten up, losing everything. Have to fight. That's all you got to do. It's not even a foregone conclusion that Benavidez wins. But, you know, if I had to give it, I would, it's hard to say. I'd say it can literally go either way. It could go either way. But anyway, the great fight to think about is Gvozdyk versus Benavidez. And let's cut the BS and let's think about what's really at stake here, and cut the ignorance. Anybody who doesn't realize what Alexander Gvozdyk is, what he possesses as a fighter, better know now that dude's nothing to play with. And you better understand Benavidez is the bomb too. It's something serious. So this is going to be a real showdown. Real showdown. Yes. And Olisa Eric Osai, the extreme martial artist combat master, has challenged David Benavidez also to a boxing match. And he's told Benavidez, let's get it popping. I'm looking forward to that too. Let's see what Benavidez says. If Benavidez wants it, maybe. What Alyssa said is, Benavidez, if you want to have this fight, it's a great fight for you. It's a warm-in. If you say you want to warm into the 175 division, instead of going directly all the way out in June to face Gvozdyk, you could face Alyssa Eric Osai, the extreme martial artist, combat master in a boxing ring, because he laid a challenge to you, Benavidez. And I haven't seen Benavidez ever duck a fade. So let's see this. I'm looking forward to this. Let's get it popping. We are here at the Imperial Kingdom. Let's go.